We have failed. Dads have failed. The system has failed. Everybody has failed, and this is a result.
What did you see them doing?
They were flipping us off. I would say about 3 or 4 different times. They flipped us off, flipping each other off, joking around with each other, definitely not taking anything serious whatsoever. Mad dog us and intimidate us, which didn't work.
Jesus Ayala and Jameer Keys smiling at the widow and daughter of Andy Probst as they leave the courtroom Tuesday. The teens are accused of intentionally hitting the 64-year-old retired California police chief. They're charged with murder and additional felonies in connection with an August 14th crime spree. Police say they also hit this 72-year-old cyclist that morning. He survived. A trial now scheduled for September of next year.
These guys, they did not respect the court whatsoever.
The teens appear to communicate with each other, at times covering their faces and also laughing.
I'm not scared.
You are 100%.
On Monday, we obtained police body camera video showing the moment after Ayala was taken into custody.
You think this juvenile gonna do something? I'll be out in like 30 days. What?
Just a game to them, like.
This video is just heartbreaking to me on so many different levels. We failed. We have literally failed. I actually did a video about this a few weeks ago when I talk about this being a heart issue, which it is. This is extremely a heart issue, but it's so much more than that too. I mean, the system has failed. I mean, you hear the kid in the backseat saying that I'll be out in 30 days. We've created a system that people are not afraid of anymore. People say, oh, you know, I can do whatever I want to do because I'll be out in 30 days. That's a system problem, but it's also a societal problem as parents and as dads. We've created this. About almost a year ago now, I had the opportunity of going to speak in Valley State Prison. And when I was there, I was meeting with all sorts of inmates that had been locked up and incarcerated for years. And one of the things that stood out to me during my time there was the fact that they said their actions were attributed to their insecurities that they had. And a lot of their insecurities span from not having dads in their life. A lot of their insecurities span from their mom or dad being strung out on drugs. And so these insecurities that they had caused them to respond the way they did, which is ultimately what put them behind bars. So when I look at these young kids, they're kids here. I mean, I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm like every single emotion you can imagine is going through my mind, knowing what they did to that retired chief of police who was just trying to live his life. So I'm hurt and I'm so angry and upset by that. But at the same time, I look through that lens and I see young little boys that have no idea the carnage that they've just caused. I see young little boys that don't even know who they are, and yet this is the byproduct of that. Again, I travel and talk to kids all across the country, and I start to see these behaviors start to come out at about 5 or 6 years old, and it's because we are failing as parents. We are failing as a society. This should enrage us for so many different reasons. We shouldn't just be mad at them. I mean, absolutely. Obviously, they're the ones that did this, so we should definitely be mad at them, but it shouldn't just stop at them. There are so many other people that are responsible for this situation. There's an old African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. And I believe that proverb is so true. I mean, it's relevant in my life. There are so many people a part of my village that helped raise me. But there's another proverb, and this is the proverb that we often miss. It says that a child that is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. When we see that and when we hear that proverb, we're actually looking at it in these young two men. These children, insecurities, all these different things, because they're not embraced by the village, they're burning it down to feel its warmth.